Hello everyone, and welcome to another mock video. Thank you so much for joining me. Today we're going to be looking at some cyberpunk styled Lego cars that I threw together very quickly all in one building session. I don't think there's anything super special about any of them, and quite frankly I don't think any of them are that good, but it was something different that I wanted to try, and I'm still proud of the results, so we're going to look through them one at a time in the order of which I like them. So the one we'll be starting with, and the one that quite frankly I like the least, is this orange, kind of sporty, I guess, Cyberpunk Sedan, question mark. This one to me feels the most kind of cartoonishly cyberpunk. Like, it's got these light up glowing rims, it's got this wire going through it for no reason, just some random greebles. The back looks okay actually. Big bubble canopy just to look futuristic. It feels like, I don't know, it feels like all the highlights are there for what makes something cyberpunk, but not in a way that's very elegant or realistic. And part of the reason for that is while I was building this, I was kind of trying to think of like how Lego does their cars. They've moved up to the 6 wide scale, and they tend to use a lot of brick on top of brick detailing for the sides, at least if they're doing like a Lego city car. If they do a Speed Champions, they just go insane, and quite frankly, I am not at that level, so I didn't even try to be. And I kind of think the model suffers for it. I think it looks not great, it looks clunky, it looks weird. I'm not happy with it. This little thing up in the corner, this little pair of robot eyes, I guess you can imagine, is actually the one thing I like the most about it. A lot of my mechs in my Lego world have onboard AIs. They are also robots and have consciousness of their own and can walk around without pilots. And I figured the cars would probably be similar. So this car in particular actually has an onboard AI, which is kind of personified by that little robot face there. So he can talk to his driver, he can warn if someone is merging with no blinker, he can do all kinds of fun stuff like that. But yeah, overall, not happy with this one. So we'll move on to the next one. Up next is one that feels a lot more me. When I was building this one, I allowed myself to kind of not do what I felt Lego does when they build their own cars, and instead focus on what I do when I build things, which is studs on the side, lots of brackets, and this little flag piece. I use this quite a bit. I also like this roll cage, or this kind of bar protecting the windscreen. I'm not sure what it's for, to be honest. I'm not sure what this whole build is for, but I like how it looks. It feels cyberpunk in a way, authentically, like in a way that the other one didn't. This feels like something you'd see rolling around the streets in Blade Runner or something, or just kind of very slowly making its way through a very crowded city street. Again, I'm not sure what it's exactly for. It's got one little brake light on the back. I guess you could see it as like a little street sweeper or some kind of cyberpunk mail truck, but yeah, that's all up to you. I just like how it looks. There is a driver inside. We pull this little wing back, take off the roof, and there you can see him. Easy to pull out, but I'm not going to do that right now. And yeah, like the other one, there's not a lot to this one, so we will move on. Now this is the one that out of the three I personally like the most, which is weird because it's recycled, which normally I don't like. This whole cockpit or canopy or driver's compartment, however you want to see it, is actually part of another build that we are going to see later this week, or at least the design is. The colors and all the extra stuff is different. This is actually a cockpit that I designed for a mech I was working on and really liked it, and kind of thought it would be cool to, instead of building a mech around it, put wheels under it. So once the mech was done, I rebuilt the cockpit in different colors. I really like this red and teal, and I added wheels to it, and we ended up with this, I guess, cyberpunk Dune buggy looking thing. I love these wires coming out the back using the whip piece. I couldn't tell you why they're there, but it's just so over the top and so weird that, like, I could imagine that's there for a reason, and it's fun. Maybe if it does a wheelie, it'll keep it from tipping, but I like to think these are just wires. I don't think they're there for safety. This thing up the front, you could see that as engine detail, but I like to imagine these are all electric just because they're futuristic, and I mean, I hope we have electric cars in the future. To get the driver out, you can see her kind of sitting in there. She's actually not held in with any studs, so we just peel this open and we can get at her, and you can have her standing next to her ride. So there's that. Kind of a futuristic cyberpunk style dune buggy, I guess. I don't know, I'm a big fan. It's by far my favorite of the three, like I said. Alright guys, until next time, I want to thank you all for watching. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. If you really liked the video, feel free to subscribe, and let me know if you want me to do more cars, because just kind of sitting down and building random stuff was pretty fun. So, I don't know, if you got other random stuff it'd be fun to build, let me know. I've been Mindbender, and I'll talk to you later.